Can I call you? Try again. Even if I can't think of what to say, I know I tried till I hit it wrong.
Symbol in Italy.
A what? Sex
symbol
in
Italy, in USA, but not only. Well known as Warrick Brown and CSI, but now you have decided to return to your first love, the music. What about your musical education, your musical studies? I remember that your father was an agent for a jazz musician.
My father was a manager. He managed really obscure and rare jazz acts in Philadelphia. And he also managed my uncle's band. My uncle had a band in Philadelphia. He managed them as well. They had a band called Platinum Hook. They were very big at the time, in the 80s, when I was young. And he also managed some other jazz acts. With my education, I started with saxophone. When I was 13, my uncle gave me a saxophone. My older brother was a flautist, and I started learning saxophone, but then I felt that guitar was more my instrument, so I took up guitar and drums. And I played those for a while. Then I went to the New School in New York for music, and that was at the same time I was going to Strasbourg, so I was kind of dividing myself early on in my early 20s between studying music and studying acting and theater in New York. I tried to do everything I could in New York, because New York is probably something like Rome, where there's so much that you can do as an artist there.
But which do you prefer, acting or playing? What are the differences between?
Well, as long as, I mean, if it's playing in theater, it's great because it's live, and I like live. I love film. I love the medium of film because you can take a lot of chances with film. TV is great because of the commerce and getting, you know, famous, perhaps, or having a hit show is a good thing for actors because it offers security. But sometimes the freedom is in the more artistic mediums like film and theater and playing live. So I think I prefer live because it's more dangerous. You can make mistakes and you have to keep on going. So between the two, I think I would choose both.
Perfect.
Yeah.
And about your first album, have you decided to record an album with an Italian vowel?
It was something that I was asked last year, and I thought it would be a beautiful idea to record here. And because I love Italy, and I have a lot of great friends here. And I've been really accepted here as an artist. Sometimes when I'm going through just a transition, there's always someone from Italy that calls me and says, "Come over, Gary, let's spend some time here." And I do, and I end up having a great time. And I love traveling through Italy. So many different beautiful parts. I've been to Siena, I've been to Florence, I'm in Rome, I've been to Torino, I've been to Milano, I've been to Venice, Italy. There's so many different gorgeous parts of Italy, and each has its own story. And I haven't even begun to discover all of the gems in Italy. So it was a blessing, I think, coming over here and recording.
But what is the most lovely thing of Italy for you? The most.
The most.
The most lovely.
That's a hard one. You know, I can't. One thing is a difficult thing because a lot of people will say the food is the most amazing thing, and a lot of people say the women are absolutely gorgeous, which is true too. You know, I think what I really love most of all about Italy and Italians in general are their love of life and the gregariousness and the nature of Italians. They're not like the Spanish or the French or the Americans. Americans have a happy vibe, but Italians are loud, they're happy, and they love life, they love good food, you know.
Yes.
And it's
We try.
yes, it's something in the nature of being an Italian that it's something that's very beautiful to behold.
Mother Tongue is your first album, but your first single is titled The End.
Yes.
The first album, the first single, The End.
Yes.
Why?
I start at the end, and then we move forward.
Why?
Well, I think that I think it was a funny way to begin an album at the end, just something different. The end is in regards to just a relationship ending, but I wanted to start the album at the end because it's never end. We're always cyclical. The end is always the beginning of something new, and that was a transition that I wanted to be very, very distinct on what we're embarking on, musically, artistically. This is a new beginning. So an end is really just a new beginning. And that's what this is.
Rocker. He's a bad boy. What is your dark side?
Well, I think that a lot of people, maybe for some people, perhaps that's just an image. But at the same time, we all have a dark side and a light side. And yes, we all have a dark side and a light side. I think that for me, it's been an amazing journey because I've been very in touch with my light side. But the dark side is me in music. You could hear it in the album. There's some darkness there. There's just, I love dark music and, you know, dark sexual subjects, and just really, that's a beauty in itself as well. And I have a lot of artist friends who are painters, who are musicians, who like to experience that side, and I feel very comfortable with that. It doesn't mean I'm a bad person, it just means that we're duality of human beings, that we have both sides. And it's about embracing both of those sides. So, what is my dark side? I think you just have to find out and listening.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you. I will do. I promise. Searching for
the dark side.
There is dark side.
Find it pretty easy.
Pleasure. Great
Pleasure's
pleasure
mine.
for me.
Pleasure's
Perché
mine.
i video
Thank you.
di storia
You're like a season
like
that change without reason.
would you like
Can we be like summer again?
yes the mic thank you
When it was warm, no sign of rain. Oh yeah. La 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 la. Oh. Would you see me if I come around? I know we ask for space. I've got so much I could drown. When you move forward, sometimes I move back. Can we one day do the same way? Can I find the right things to say?